gonna see if this works. Okay, so this is going to come off. I'm dressed down quite a bit because it's my day off. So I wanted to talk to you guys about something. It has little to do with my mental health stuff and more to do with, it's not like solely about that is what I'm trying to say, basically. I'm at my parents' house. This is my parents' house. So, if you're wondering. So, today is February 7th, and February 7th, 2009 is when my grandmother passed away. And that is when my mental health issues really became prominent. And it's not anything that happened because of her. It's not anything that happened because of my mom or my dad or anything like that. But it has everything to do with the fact that the day before, I wound up going home, or not going home, but going to my other grandmother's house. The grandmother that died is on my mom's side. The one that I went home with was on my dad's side. So I wound up going home with her, and that morning of the 7th, I got a call, and this lighting's awful, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. I think that helped a little bit. Anyways, so the 7th, I got a call from my brother, and this is the only time I've ever really heard him cry, is when he told me that my grandma died. Sorry. So, she passed away in 2009 on February 7th, like I said. I remember it like it was yesterday. It's the ever-present thing that's always in my mind because I miss her a lot. And if you didn't know, I do have a tattoo for her. Her name was Barbara. She actually had Bobby tattooed on her too, so it was her nickname. So I got it tattooed on me, so I could have part of her with me at all times. So, the reason I'm making this is because I was in high school when that happened. I just started high school. It was probably my second semester of my freshman year of high school when this happened. Previous to that, we had heard that she had had some health problems going on. And when that happened in the past, it wound up being something that wasn't super serious, and she wound up bouncing back like that, no problem. And so we went into my brother and I, my mom, my dad, everybody went into the mindset of she just thought that it was something serious and it wasn't anything that bad. Well, turns out it was. I forget exactly what she died of, but I don't want to get into that anyways. I'm making this because that year is really when I started to self-harm. The reasoning behind that is because I felt like I should have been there when she died, and I wasn't. And I felt really bad about it. But one thing that made me feel better about it, was that weekend, not my brother and I, but I made a commitment to the church that we were attending at the time to do I think it was a Valentine's Day thing, and we wound up doing it the Saturday before Valentine's Day. So she passed away on the 7th, her funeral was the 9th, and that weekend when we returned, which actually I think was the 13th, so I think it was a Friday, I wound up going to the church and being a waitress for them, because I was already a waitress while I was in school. So I figured, why not help out the church? And I remember having to be super, super strong during it. I had a few friends that didn't really know what happened. They just knew that I had gotten back that day. And then after the fact, they found out, you know, I did that after my grandma passed away, and it was really tough on me. But that was really when the self-harm started. And it was because I felt like I should have been there. I felt like I let her down. And I felt like it wasn't, and I didn't feel like it was my fault that she passed away, but I felt like everybody was mad at me because I wasn't there, which wasn't the case. It was just in my headspace is what I thought. And so I remember that day, and this is kind of a happy memory that goes along with that. That night I served a family. It was a family of 3. It was a mom, a dad, and a son. And the son had special needs. And he was super sweet. He went to the same school that we did, actually. Or that I did at least. And he was super sweet. And I was really nice to them. I couldn't understand a lot of what he was saying, though, because I'm someone that doesn't understand really nasally voices. And unfortunately, that's the only way he could really communicate. And I tried my best to like understand what he was saying, and to my understanding, I did pretty good, because his mom and dad were just like, "You're amazing, thank you." And I was like, "Yeah, of course, he's a person, so why not?" But that's what I really wanted to talk about, was that that was where the self-harm really started. And shortly after that, I want to say, not shortly after that, about a year after that, is when Sandra and I mean, we were already really good friends, but that's when she really talked to me about it and stuff like that. And that's when I stopped. So if you're going through something like that, just know that you have a bigger support system than you think you do, that you're not alone, and that if you do need to, I'm available to talk. I try my best to help anybody that I can, just because I know what it's like to feel alone, even though you're not. And sometimes what it takes someone in a scenario that you've been through to understand or to relate and to be able to talk to them about it. That being said, I didn't cry as much as I thought I would, because I was rehearsing it all in my head, and I cried a lot on the way over here. But that being said, I'm working on another video still. I am going to see if my father would let me use his camera, because that's something I'm going to have to edit together, because there's no way I'm going to get all the information in there in one take properly. And hopefully he will let me use it so I can do that. If he doesn't, that's fine. I'll find something else. I'll do like little segments of it on here. That's fine. It'll just be like 12 videos uploaded. But that's really it for right now. That's what I wanted to say. I recorded a video earlier, and I thought I heard something. I'll post that one as well. So if you guys do have any questions, comments, or concerns, just let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!